What's up, my great vibers? Peace, 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 peace. The first, the last. This is your man, the king, the warlord warrior, Barry, aka Barry Israel. My great vibers, what I wanted to bring to you today is a video about the cracking of Capitol Hill. Walk in faith, not by sight. I just did a video the other day on my channel. It was called The Seduction is Over, So Are Bad Elections. And basically, what you are seeing, my people, is a play out of biblical scripture. If you're understanding it, if you're seeing it. And that's what I brought to show you last time in my last video. And right now, after the things that took place yesterday, January 6th, it was only appropriate to come back with a response because the script continues. And now I'm coming back with more biblical script to show you how all of this is connected and that you gotta have no fear. Have no fear. What you seen go down in Capitol Hill is part of the script. It's part of the script. You just gotta understand it, so have no fear. I brought it because I want you to continue to walk in faith. Don't play into all the analyzing of the politics. It's not about that. My great vibers, in my other video, the one I just mentioned, I talked to you about how there will be a presidential transition and that it wasn't going to go down the way you thought. And it's not. You're seeing from yesterday how this is playing out. It is not gonna go down like you think. And the reason why I'm not here to say who won or who would win, I never did that. That's not my place. God knows. He's the one that appoints and take down kings and rulers. That's his job. That's the reason why I never got into that. I'm just bringing the script to you to show you so you have a better perception, a better understanding, an understanding, and an overstanding of what's really taking place. It's not about the president, my great vibers. What you're seeing right now, it's about people that are drunk in power and they think that they can defeat God. It's them versus God. It's been that way a long time in their minds. 2016, he showed them what it was. 2020, they thought they showed him what it was. People are drunk in power when they feel that they can continue to think that they can pick their leaders and not the people that vote for them. And not even God, who is really the one that appoints on the real bottom line. But they are very mistaken. But my great vibers, be careful. Be careful when you're viewing the television because they're not going to bring you the good news. This is the only thing that brings you the good news, that word, that Bible. That brings you the good news and understanding what's going out and how it's taking place. So I came to give you a word of encouragement for those of you that may be looking at the politics of it. Don't analyze that. Stay to the script. Walk in faith, not by sight. And this is my message I wanted to bring to you because my great vibers, a biblical script is playing out right in front of you. And what I brought to you a couple of days ago about the seduction, what happened yesterday and now, it's all playing into the script. So I have more biblical script for you so you can continue to understand what is taking place and where they are leading themselves to. My great vibers, that way you won't continue to get caught up into the fakeness of the analyzing the elections, all of this madness that's going on, this television, because you can't believe 95% of it because it's all propaganda to keep you looking left instead of right. You want to be in your right mind. I keep telling you that people, get your mind right. Keep it clear. Keep it focused. And ways I do that is different ways to do that. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to explain it. But my great vibers, one thing I learned is that it is not about the presidents at this point who's supposed to be in office. In their mind, it is really about defeating God. But what they don't, and that will never take place, but what they don't understand, that same mind, that's where God lies. So you can't pull nothing over on them. So have no fear. It's going to end not so good for some. But that's on them, because that's a decision that they chose to go in. But one thing I use my great vibe in just analyzing things, looking at things. I always, I got a little logic that I use, and it's called what it is what it is not, and what it is not is what it is. I look at a situation, especially if I'm looking at television, and I say, okay. And now after looking at it, I look at the flip side of that, and I see which one I start finding evidence and end up more on, and that's where I keep my logic at. If it's comfortable for the spirit, if I understand things better, but I don't play into the television that much. Rarely watch it, to be honest. So my thing, great vibe, is don't play into that. Employ a tactic like that before you just jump for the propaganda to keep you dumbed down or ill-informed. But I'm going to tell you, my great vibe, it's not going to end well for some. It's not going to end well. And we understand nobody is perfect in an imperfect world. But we're trying to get in that direction. And I'm going to bring you a story about Daniel, about Nebuchadnezzar, who they try to say this current president was, but that's not the case. Actually, then, Daniel 237. Basically, it was a story about Nebuchadnezzar. And this cat, he just got out of control, the way he was running his kingdom, the things he was doing. Him, all his Satanist friends, they just had him on lockdown, looting the kingdom. It was just chaos and out of control. It got to that point. So Daniel, he called himself, I'm a warn Nebuchadnezzar. Like, yo, you need to chill with that. You need to chill with what's going on here. It just ain't about you. It's about the people. But you got to understand who appoints you, who puts you in power. And Nebuchadnezzar, being arrogant, drunk in power, him and all his friends, had the big ego, humongous ego, didn't care, didn't want to listen to Daniel. But if you go to Daniel 2:37, it's almost what has taken place for all of these years now. Almost, to me, the same story. Because in Daniel 2:37, this is what he said to Nebuchadnezzar. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom of power and strength and glory. He told him, what are you doing? God has put you in this position. And now you are abusing the people, misusing this position, misusing the kingdom, and think that God is going to let you keep it. That's what he was saying. That's how he was breaking down. And it's right, because the Creator, when you don't act right, He's going to come and take it when the time is right. And what I want people to understand, if you're following the script, you will start seeing, you will start understanding that the time may be coming right. I'm not here to make predictions of what will happen, what won't happen. I'm sticking to the script. That's it. I'm having faith in the script. I'm enjoying myself, being the best me, staying in the best spirit, being around good spirits, good energy. When I do. But, I'm introvert, spending a lot of time doing me. But the bottom line is, I still know how to reach out, connect with people, do what's right. But in this script that's playing out, you got to stick to that. Don't get caught up in all the nuances, the politics, the arguing with people, how this going to play out. You point them to that scripture. You keep it with that. You walk by faith, not by sight. Walk by faith, not by sight. That's what I want to bring to you. And Daniel, in this, he is telling you, just like how you've seen things play out yesterday, it's not over. It is not over. And this is why it's not over. I'm going to bring to you Daniel 2:20-22. Daniel says, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them to know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what's in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. What you got to understand is that they don't want you to know all their dirt. So that's why you're seeing a lot of these shenanigans. But not only that, not only them, these so-called leaders, but also this has worldwide implications, worldwide, because you got people that was in bed with them, so to speak. You know, these elections that's going down here now and how it's going to turn out, this transition, it's going to affect leaders worldwide because you're going to have their people saying, we're not having it no more. We're not having it no more. And it's going to open up their eyes. So my great vibers, it's a lot more to it than what's going on. A lot more to it. And it's not done playing out. I'm not going to give you all the, oh, this might happen. That, no, I'm sticking to the script. Because at the end of the day, I'm letting go and I'm letting God. I'm letting the Creator do what he need to do. So I'm telling you, walk by faith, not by sight. Now, what I wanted to end it, my great vibers, is with Daniel 5:21. And this is telling you, showing you how it ended up for Nebuchadnezzar. Remember what Daniel tried to tell him. But this is how it ended up for Nebuchadnezzar. And at the time, Daniel was talking to Nebuchadnezzar's grandson, Belshazzar. And he told him, this is what he told about his grandfather. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like a beast. And his dwelling was made with the wild asses. They fed him with grass like an oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till he knew the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointeth over it whomsoever. So that's why I say I don't play into the shenanigans. I don't get into all of that because I know the deal. I see the script playing out. I see it playing out perfectly. Some of my background for y'all to understand, like, where this cat come from. Listen, I worked in D.C. as a union president, so I rolled through those halls of the Capitol, lobbying and doing different things. I've had those experiences. I was a campaign strategist, so I've done things in my life on top of being a community organizer to have a grasp on the politics. Had been offered opportunities to run for offices. It was being set up for it, but I knew better. I knew in the Creator that wasn't the plan for me. It was okay helping other people, but I would only help people I felt was righteous and really wanted to do right for the community to try to get into office, and I was successful. But my thing is I don't play into that now. It's bigger than that. As I grew from that experience, I grew and realized that it's about the Creator, it's about God, it's about peace and happiness. It's not about letting other people rule over you in the manner that we have allowed it. It's time for some righteousness. You have the president of Tanzania, President Mugabe, doing excellent for his people. He's not messing with none of the shenanigans that the West is trying to kick on anything about the 19 or anything else. So of course he's gonna try to, they're gonna try to bring him on a spiritual attack, but I'm sure he got himself covered the way he need to. And most of all, the Most High got that man covered. Got him covered, him and his people, because he's doing the right thing over there. So we are going into the direction where people gonna have to do the right thing. Because when it comes to putting kings in place, that's for the Most High. You can't play God. You can't continue to think that you can play God and now continue to think you can put in who you want to put in and not who the people may want to put in office. But at the end of the day, the Father has the last say, the Creator. So let go, let God. Walk in faith, not by sight, my people. All right? Peace, 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 peace. First and the last, you God. No, that man, that king, warrior, warlord, Barry Israel. Peace, peace, my people. Keep your head up with your grass cut, man, and keep smiling.